Welcome to Behind the Berry, sponsored by Modexis, where you'll get to know the brand behind these world-class, innovative supplements formulated by science with you in mind. You'll meet our people, the founders of Modexis and members of our Product Research Council. You'll also hear about our amazing products through stories from our customers of overcoming health challenges. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. Modexis is the leader in bringing you the world's first family of innovative natural nutrition, powered by the elite superfruit, Lonicera cerulean. Our products are non-GMO, gluten-free, and made right here in the USA with no preservatives. They're 100% natural, so you can feel good about taking them and sharing them with your family. And learn just how easy it is to become an affiliate with Modexis and gain financial prosperity just by sharing Modexis with the people you love. Now let's jump into this week's episode of Behind the Berry. Hey guys, it's Brittney. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Berry. Thank you so much for joining us. With me today, I have one of our Product Research Council members, Alan Ogden. Hello, Mr. Ogden. How are you?
Hi, Brittney. I'm very well. Thank you. It's great to see you.
Oh, you too. We were talking just before and I asked Alan, can we nerd out together today? Can we just talk about some things that make our products really, really special, whether that's the science or specific ingredients? We really want to take just a quick little bit of time here to unpack a little bit of that. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right in. So Alan, could you tell me a little bit about our brand new product, Probio Balance, which I know we've pre-ordered yet, but is still yet to hit the market fully. Can you tell us something that's really, really special and that sets this product apart from all the other probiotic products on the market?
I sure can. And this is going to be a disruptive product in the marketplace. First of all, I'd like to say that it only has 3 ingredients. So there's no fillers, there's nothing else except the active ingredients in this product. And those 3 ingredients are there for a specific purpose. So the science behind why we made Probio Balance in the start, years and years ago when I was in university, we were learning about cholesterol, and there was this, the fat scare, and we had to get all the fat out of food. And since that time, we've learned that that is not true. But the challenge that most people go through is a balance of cholesterols. So we have more than one cholesterol in our body. We have a variety of cholesterols. We have HDL, which is a high density lipoprotein. So it's a very large molecule, and it actually is a carrier molecule. So it actually helps carry other fats around our body. It's cardioprotective. It's a very good molecule. And I would say the general population tends to be low in HDL cholesterol unless they have the genetics that helps them to have higher HDL. And then we have LDL cholesterol. Now, LDL cholesterol was the one that was falsely accused of being the cause of heart attacks. And that simply is not true. We need that LDL cholesterol to actually manufacture all of our hormones. So as men, we need it to make testosterone. As ladies, you need it to make estrogen, progesterone. We need it for insulin, even has to come from cholesterol. So if I had a big chart behind me, which would literally take up this whole behind me, cholesterol's up here at the top, and then you have all this cascading events of hormones and actives in our body that need to be made from that. So when we limited fat in our diet, it was a very bad decision. If we look at the statistics, we've had statin drugs, which was the drug of choice for lowering LDL cholesterol. We've had them in the market for about 40 years. And in that time, we've seen a dramatic increase in diabetes, metabolic disease, and cardiovascular disease. So we didn't actually address the problem. And what we wanted to do with Probio Balance was look at, well, what is the problem? And the problem is this balance between our cholesterols. Now, it is true that if we get a lot of plaque in our cardiovascular system, and we all get plaque, that's just something we can't avoid. We're going to get plaque. What we don't want is that plaque to actually get oxidized. In other words, have have a free radical molecule attack that plaque and cause it to explode, which causes a clot. And then we have our challenge as a cardiovascular disease, right? Or a heart attack or a stroke or whatever. So we looked at that and we said, okay, so we want something that's really good at reducing, and we know that it's sort of specific to reducing reactive oxygen species in the cardiovascular system. And so we picked ashwagandha. Ashwagandha has been around for years and years and years, and it's a terrific. And we were very specific on the amount of ashwagandha we put in the product. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is high levels of ashwagandha. Well, ashwagandha is really good for us. It's one of those things that a little is good, a lot is too much. It can be hard on our kidneys. It can be hard on our organs. And the reason for that is because it's such a great antioxidant. And if we reduce our antioxidant levels too much, then we get damage from that. So we chose a specific amount of ashwagandha. The second thing we looked at is plant sterols. Now, what plant sterols are, they're actually the fat in plant. And most people don't think that plants actually have fats. And, that's sort of news to them. So what we looked at was a study. This was done in the Amish community. So, the Amish people are still, I'm going to say the most sort of old-time farmers in the world. Yeah, everything is very healthy as possible. Yeah. So we looked at the Amish vegan population. So not just Amish. We took the Amish vegan population and we looked at their diet, and we found that on average, they were getting 40 to 50 milligrams of plant sterols a day. And in order to have any kind of immunological response, we need 300 milligrams. So, why is it that they're eating all these plants, the really good, the best, organic, just the best they could? Why is it they were only getting 40 to 50 milligrams of active? And that's because plant sterols are actually destroyed in our stomach acid. So even though we eat tons and tons of vegetables, and actually you'll hear older people complain, I can't eat salad anymore. I just can't do that. And one of the reasons for that is we don't have the bile salts, et cetera, to actually tear the cellulose apart because we've lost our ability to process cellulose. So we said, okay, we can figure that out. We picked a specific amount then. It's over 300 milligrams of plant sterol. So we have a dose that gives us an immunological response. And what plant sterols do, they do a lot of things. We'll talk about this with cadence and rhythm as well, but plant sterols actually have so many processes in the body that they're involved with. But one of the most important is the balancing of what's called interleukin-6. Now, interleukin-6 is part of our white blood cells. It's a memory molecule. So remember, you had a vaccine years ago for mumps, measles, rubella, and you've never had it again. Why is that? Because you have these memory molecules in your white blood cells. If you need the antibodies, your liver can make them right away. And so plant sterols actually strengthen the ability of IL-6, the memory molecule. They have the ability to strengthen that memory molecule. So if you've been exposed to COVID, for instance, you want those antibodies. And by the way, I just saw a study recently, 99% of the people in America have actually had COVID. They have antibodies for COVID. So we've all been exposed. Yeah. And we want to keep those antibodies, right? So the plant sterols will help us preserve antibodies. The second thing, and so they're a big part. So the inflammation from viruses and bacteria can actually have an effect on our cardiovascular system. The third thing we looked at was, how does our body actually handle fat? So our liver handles all it can, then it puts it down into our intestinal tract. And if we have the proper bacteria, the actual probiotics in our intestinal tract, then it will solubilize, it will actually take that fat and make it into something that's soluble that can be excreted either through our urine or through our fecal matter. And it gets rid of it. If we don't have the probiotics, then that fat gets pushed back into our bloodstream, and it shows up, guess what, as high cholesterol, high LDL, high apolipoprotein. Apolipoproteins are the really dangerous proteins. They're the ones that actually explode and cause a challenge. So we looked at the research and we found that there was a special blend of Lactobacillus plantarum and actually a special amount of that probiotic that would actually take root in the intestinal tract, and it would take care of those fats. So that's what Probio Balance is made out of. Every batch of Probio Balance, the probiotics are made fresh. So we don't just pull them off the shelf somewhere. They're actually grown specifically for that batch of Probio Balance. So this is a really unique, and it was very challenging to put this product together, which is why it's a little bit late in coming, because the probiotics are very light and fluffy. The plant sterols are actually very heavy, and they're kind of tarry. And then the ashwagandha. So getting those together and making sure the weights were right. So then the next challenge we had, and the last challenge, Brittney, was, okay, we want to get this into the intestinal tract. We want to get it through the stomach and into the intestinal tract. And so we have this is a patented, no one else will ever get this capsule, because we own the patent on this capsule, or the group that made this product owns the patent on this. And it's an enteric coated, it's made from Japanese seaweed. It does not die, our stomach acid cannot penetrate it. But as soon as it passes through our stomach and gets into the small intestine, there's a short piece of our small intestine that has a pH of about 8.2 or 8.4, somewhere in there. That's where our amino acids are absorbed. They're not actually absorbed in our stomach. Our stomach is made to tear things apart and break it down into its constituent parts. But once it gets into that short part of the intestinal tract, the pH that will take apart the seaweed, and it releases the product. So it's now down in past the stomach acid, where it can actually take root. The sterols can do their job. The probiotics can do their job. And ashwagandha, it's fine. It could be in the stomach, or it can be in the intestinal tract. So very, very unique product. So what will people notice? This is, I think, what we really like people to understand is what they can expect from this product. If you're a person who's had bloating and GERD and gas and difficulty digesting the food that you're eating, that's one of the things that you should see resolve actually fairly quickly as the probiotic does that. Cholesterol, the balancing of your HDL and LDL cholesterol, which is clinically proven to happen. This is not something we're guessing at. This is clinically proven to happen. Mm-hmm. It will actually cause an increase in your HDL and a decrease in your LDL, bringing it back into balance, which is one thing that statin drugs can't do. They lower everything. So if you're taking a statin drug, it lowers everything. So this actually balances out the cholesterols like our body wants it. That can take a little longer, depending on you and your diet and other metabolic factors. So this is a very unique product. There is no, I've asked naturopaths, I've asked physicians about, and there is no other product in the market like this. This is it. This is the one. And the good news is it's coming very soon. That's it. I'll just finish off with that.
That's
awesome. Anyway, do you have a question or anything about that, or did I cover that?
You did a great job. I was going to ask you to cover the capsule itself, because when I remember the first time we sat down and listened to you kind of share about that, as somebody who doesn't have like a medical background, or maybe doesn't understand the massive significance of that, that I remember just being kind of blown away by the fact that we've created something that is unlike anything else that's out there, that can help people in a way that literally any other probiotic can't. So I love that we're kind of on the cutting edge of innovative science too. And I think that's something that I'm very proud of, to be a part of Modexus in that way.
Yeah, and it is true. Like, you can go buy a probiotic, and basically what you'll see on the market is it has somewhere between 3 and 13 different strains in there, which in itself is problematic because those strains will fight each other for it's sort of territory. It's like dogs fighting for territory, if I can put it that way. That people would understand that, right? Probiotics will fight for territory, and then it has to survive the stomach acids, which is why you see it's got 20 billion, 50 billion, whatever billions of. We don't need that much. We have a scientifically and clinically tested amount of this plantarum, and it's a special strain. No one else is using this Lactobacillus plantarum. We're the only people using that, and we are definitely the only people with an enteric-coated capsule for it. So this is going to be a very unique, and I think people are going to love this product.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get it in my house and start using it. I ordered it right away when it came out on pre-order, and so I'm one of those people, and I think there's at least one other in my family who just the idea of maybe like the bloating and the post-dinner kind of ick feel. I'm looking forward to getting rid of that. So
the other thing I want to make sure people understand is this product is completely safe for children.
Mhm.
If you have a child who has difficulty eating, they either have taste, texture, there's some challenges with the eating. This is a problem that's really going to help their intestinal tract. And I think it will help with some of these texture and taste and some of these problems, because what we don't understand is people that have these challenges, they say, well, I don't like something. Maybe it's the residual. It's when it's being taken apart in our intestinal tract or even in our esophagus, when it starts to digest and it releases, something that is distasteful. So I think we'll see a lot of children that have challenges eating. And if they have trouble swallowing this capsule, one of the things I'd like to tell people, if you have kids that have problems swallowing capsules or pills and they need to, is if you can just put it in their mouth, have them get some liquid in their mouth, and then tilt your head forward and swallow. It takes the epiglottis, that's the little thing that hangs down in the back. That actually then lays back and it opens up your throat. And it's very easy to swallow things if you do it that way. So it's safe for kids, it's safe for older adults, it's literally safe for anyone. And once again, we don't have any fillers, we don't have any other chemicals in this. It's all active ingredients and the enteric-coated capsule. That's all it's made up of.
That's awesome. It feels so good to be a part of a company that is dedicated to making our products very, very clean and very, very safe for everyone. Like you said, anyone can take it, and I think that's a really important thing for any product that's going to help people, is that there's no age limit to how we can help, right? So that always feels good. So, well, thank you, Alan. I so appreciate your insight and information today. If you guys want to learn more about Probio Balance, go to modexis.com right now. I'm sure you can either purchase it or pre-order it, depending on when you're watching this, but it is rolling out soon. So we hope that you will take an opportunity to try it, and we'd love to hear your feedback. So whoever is the person who shows you the way, if you will, reach out to them, let them know how the product is working for you, or reach out to me. I would love to, Dr. Allen, we would love to hear those stories of your success with this product. So thank you again, and we'll see you on the next episode. Hey guys, it's Brittney. Make sure to go visit modexis.com. That's MODEXUS.com to connect with an advocate for Modexis in your area. I'd also love it if you would like and subscribe to this channel as well as the Modexis channel. And be sure to hit the little notification bell so you know every time we post something new.